Happy day after Sunday. We got some early NBA action on MLK Day. Let's talk some basketball. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven, and we're back with another week of NBA basketball. That's right, it is MLK Day. So finally, we get some day games. Kind of reminds me of MLB baseball, which I am jacked up, ready to go for that season already. But either way, this weekend, it was a 5-4 weekend. Just another ho-hum. We won a tenth of a unit. But anyways, we'll recap that in just a little bit. But just gotta remind you guys throughout this video that the games start early. So if you're gonna get your bets in, make sure you get them in early. We do have some night games as well, but just want to point that out. NFL playoffs. Sorry to the Lions fans. I feel your pain as a Mariner fan, of the only team that has never made the World Series. That was hard to watching Detroit lose that game. But either way, crazy fun weekend of NFL football. Before we get into anything, Outlier is the best betting research tool on the market today. You guys know I use this every single day. If you guys want to try it out, and trust me, in the last year or so, I've had a ton of people try this out, and we have nothing but good things to say. It has really helped them, and I think every sports bettor needs this kind of tool to be profitable long term. But if you want to try it, click the link below. You get a 7-day free trial. So let's get into it, and that means it is name that player time. Here we go. Leave a comment with who you think this is. He played 16 seasons. He played for 9 teams. He was a 2-time NBA champion, a 4-time All-Star, and he never averaged more than 13.7 points per game in a season. Leave your comment below. But in this video, we're going to recap the weekend, and then we're going to talk defenses that give up the most points, rebounds, and assists, as well as the least points, rebounds, and assists to the point guard position, like we do every Monday. And then we'll give you our best bets and finish it with the recap. So hit that like button if you haven't already. Leave a comment below to help this channel continue to grow. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Come join this awesome community and click that Discord link below as well, as we got a lot of smart people in there. Love talking sports every day, and it's completely free. So let's get it started, and that means it's recap time. All right, here is the recap. A lot of bets, all for plus 0.1 units. That's right. At this pace, we will hit that 20 unit mark in about a month. But Friday, 2 and 2. Let's talk about Mark Williams over 15.5 points. He got it done, especially in the fourth quarter. Just clutched up, continues to be a machine there. Nice 1 unit winner. Another nice 1 unit winner is Victor Wembanyama. That's right, under 38.5 points plus rebounds. Never a doubt. That was a no sweat win. And then Giannis. You know what? The Raptors decided to play a defense that they didn't tell me about. I was not ready for that. They had double teamed him and made sure he got rid of the ball. That was not the case that game. He knocked down a lot of free throws at the beginning. There was a chance he stayed under if there was a blowout, but they couldn't quite pull away. He comes in and we just lose it. But you know what? Sometimes this is what happens when you fade a superstar. DeJounte Murray, 3+ threes. I don't think he played the last quarter and a half, and I still don't know why, because a lot of other starters were. But he hit 2 threes. So we were 1 away from hitting a plus 168 winner. I think he only played like 25 minutes, but it is what it is. Saturday, Tyus Jones over 15.5 points plus assists. I will never bet on him again. That has anything to do with points. This guy does not shoot. It was just absolutely brutal. I didn't think 15.5 was a lot, but assists is the play for him, that's for sure. And then a moneyline parlay. Haven't done it in a while. We got a nice, easy winner. Pacers win. Cavs blow out the Timberwolves, I believe it was, in the fourth quarter and just ran away with it for a nice winner there. And then Sunday, we had some Sunday bets. I'm starting to dabble into it as NFL is coming to an end. I want to kind of get some bets in. Here's the deal. We were 1 assist shy of a sweep. That's right. So Boncaro over 4.5 assists, won. He hit 5. Nice plus 105 winner. Corey Kispert was an added play later in the day, over 10.5 points. He only needed 12 shots to get there, guys. Seriously, he was cold, but he got the job done. And then Tyrese Maxey, this one hurt, under 6.5 assists. He had 2 assists at halftime, and he goes absolutely bonkers. Gets his 7th assist in the fourth quarter, and we lose on the hook. That's what it was, and that was our 1 unit play. I was really loving that. When I popped in to watch some of the game off and on, it seemed like every pass he made in the second half was for a bucket, and that's just how it goes sometimes. Lost on the hook. So there it is, 5-4 plus 0.1 units under tracker. That's the under in all the player props we've placed this year. And then the overall record, 158 and 126 plus 17.39 units. So that's what we got for the recap. Now let's talk the point guard position. All right, here it is. The defense is giving up the most points to the point guard position. If the team or player is in green, that just means they are playing today. We got 2 matchups. The Knicks, 25.5 points given up, and Trae Young, 27.3 points per game. He loves playing himself some Knicks, that's for sure. And then the Suns facing Darius Garland, who's averaging 23.5 points per game. Suns, 25.3. All these stats are in the last 30 days, just so you know, and we use the site hashtag basketball for this. And then you see some other guys. We got the Clippers playing today, and they've got LaMelo Ball, Cade Cunningham, and Steph Curry as well. So take a screenshot. Again, we do a new position every single day, as you guys know. Let's go check out the rebounds. And we got two matchups. The Celtics facing Steph Curry, 4.9 rebounds per game. Celtics giving up 6.7, and then the Clippers, 6.5, facing the best point guard rebounder in the league right now. That's right. In the last 30 days, 9.7 rebounds for Josh Giddey. I know they got Kobe White and those guys, but for the most part, Josh Giddey does play the point guard position. And then there's the other teams and players playing today as well. So let's go check out the assists now. We got the Jazz facing DeJounte Murray, 8 assists per game. The Jazz giving up 10.6. They are an assist funnel. That's right, especially the Nuggets as well, 9.8 right behind them. And then we got the Bulls facing James Harden of the Clippers, 7.2 assists per game. Bulls giving up 8.5. Which is actually pretty good for them. They're usually in the top 3, so they've now made it down to the 9th. But still, 8.5 assists per game is quite a bit. And then Trae Young, Cade Cunningham up there, averaging the most assists per game in the last 30 days for point guard. So that's what we got for any overs. Now let's go check out the toughest point guard matchups we have today. All the teams in green are the ones playing, and as you can see over the assists, the Magic are always number 1. They've bumped down all the way to number 2. That's right. The Rockets, 6.2 assists per game given up is the fewest. And then you go over the points. Spurs, Pistons, Hornets, Heat, and Warriors all giving up the fewest points per game to the point guard position. And then rebounds. So we got a lot of teams here playing. We got the Cavaliers, Pistons, Knicks, and Grizzlies. As you can see, the Pistons are the second fewest points per game given up to the point guard and the third fewest rebounds. So not too bad for them as well. But that's what we got for all the stats and all the numbers and research help that you need for the point guard position. And now let's get to the best bets. All right, this first one takes us out to Madison Square Garden where the Knickerbockers host the Atlanta Hawks. We got the Knicks minus 6.5, total 236.5. I'm going to start you out light with a half unit play. Give me the Hawks plus 6.5, minus 105 on DK is where I got it. The Knicks have just been owned by the Hawks. Let's be honest. Last 3 games for the Hawks against the Knicks, they've won all 3. 2 of them were in New York, won by 8, 5, and 16. In fact, the Hawks haven't lost to the Knicks by more than 6 points since February of 2022. That's right. Injuries looking much better for Atlanta as well. Jalen Johnson and Trae Young are both expected to play. And then the Knicks, Cat and Josh Hart, both very questionable. So we'll see if they play. Risa Sher, I never know how to say that guy, the youngster. He is out for this game, though. I will say that. So, but if one or both of those guys don't play for the Knicks, Cat or Josh Hart, I think 6.5 is an absolute steal, and you're going to see this line move as well. But the Hawks, the last 5 games, playing well, 1-4 the last 5, including the last game against Boston, where they won. I think it was in overtime. But in the last 5 games, they also have the 4th best defensive rating. We know Trae Young loves to play the villain in New York. He just absolutely circles these games on the calendar and gets the job done usually. But he has a double-double in 5 straight games now versus the New York Knicks. Really just saying he gets 10-plus assists as well. Jalen Johnson scored over 20 points in 3 straight games, also shows up against the Knicks. In the 2 games they faced each other this season, the Hawks have dominated down low in the first game. They had 16 offensive rebounds and 58 points in the paint. To the Knicks, 7 offensive rebounds and 36 points in the paint. So they outscored them by 27 in the paint and had 9 more offensive rebounds. Second game, the Hawks had 22 offensive rebounds and 66 points in the paint. They had 10 more offensive rebounds and 12 more points in the paint than the Knicks as well. These are 2 teams that have struggled lately to defend the paint, but again, the Hawks have just shown they can dominate down there. Overall, the Hawks are just not only can they hang with them, you could be a sprinkle on the money line because, like I said, they beat them 3 times in a row. They know this team, they know how to play against them, and they get up for games like this, especially in Madison Square Garden. I like the Hawks that they're in good form. I like Jalen Johnson being back. That's a huge piece for them. So give me the Hawks plus 6.5 as my first best bet. All right, this next one takes us out to Cleveland, Ohio, where the Cavaliers host the Phoenix Suns. Cavs minus 8. Total in this one is 236.5. It's my first of 2 one-unit plays on the video. Give me Nick Richards over 9.5 points, minus 115 on Bet365 for 1 unit. I almost went with his points plus rebounds. You could do that too, but I'm going to stick to points here. And just before recording, I just realized that isn't Richard short for the name Dick? So his name is Nick Dick. I'm just throwing it out there, but either way, it gets weird when it's late at night. So, like I said, it's a 1-unit play on Nick Richards, which is just weird in general. But he's only played 1 game with the Suns, so this one's a little tricky. He scored 21 points. He had a great game in his debut for them. He shot 7 of 8 from the floor, and he also made 7 of 9 free throws. He didn't start in the game, but they've been very adamant that once he gets settled in, he will start. I wouldn't be surprised if it's this game. He did play 29 minutes, so the minutes are already there. It's hard to compare what he did in Charlotte, But this is a player that when he was over there, he produces when given the playing time. This is crazy, guys. In games of 25 or more minutes, and again, I'm expecting more than 25, that's for sure. And as you can see by this outlier screenshot this year, and again, it's for a different team, but he's over in all 8 games. That's right, 8 of 8 games, averaging 16 points per game. That's almost double this. Yes, hash brown math. Four games this year with 15 plus points scored, or 4 of those 8 were with 15 plus points scored. This is the guy, if you don't know, he can get to the free throw line. He's averaging 7.5 free throw attempts per game in those 8 games when he's given minutes. He's averaging 29 minutes per game when in those 8 games that I'm talking about. And again, I expect 28 to 32 minutes from him here. He may even start the game, maybe get a few more minutes. Nurkic is still out with the sickness, and Plumlee is not good. I'll just say that. Matchup. You see the Cavs, and it may scare you a little bit, but it really shouldn't, because in the last 30 days, the Cavs have given up the 10th most points to the center position, and now they're going to be without Evan Mobley. That's a big loss on defense. Really big loss for them. Now they just got Jared Allen down there. The last game they just played without Evan Mobley, obviously just the last game versus the T-Wolves, Rudy Gobert scored 17 points. He is not a guy who averages 17 points. I fully expect Richards to get some easy buckets here. I know it's a different team than he's used to playing, but he had a great first game. And I think all those other guys are going to open up some easy buckets for him as well. Bradley Beal also questionable in this game, but I think we're going to see his points and rebounds line start going up and up and up as he settles in with Phoenix and gets more and more minutes. But again, I'm still expecting around 30. So give me knick-knack, paddywhack, over 9.5 points as my second best bet. All right, this third one takes us out to New Orleans, where the Pelicans host the Utah Jazz. Pelicans minus 11. Total in this game is 232.5. I got another player prop. It's a 1 unit play. Give me Isaiah Collier over 7.5 assists at plus 100 on DraftKings. Love getting the even money here, but we've been 2-0 on his props. I know some of you guys are thinking, what do you mean 2-0? I don't even know who this guy is. He's a youngster. He's been playing more minutes. We'll talk about him, but let's make it 3-0 now. He's the best point guard in the roster. That's just my opinion when you've seen him play. But the last 6 games is when he started to take on a bigger role, averaging 31 minutes per game. And in his potential numbers, what I only saw on Outlier was the 5 of the last 6 games. But in those 5 games I saw, 16, 16, 17, 13, and 16 potential assists. Ridiculously high. For a point guard, you expect him to get about 55% of those conversions, but easily could get 60% as well. And he's shown that. He turned that into 9, 9, 7, 10, and 11 assists in those 5 games. As you can see by this outlier screenshot, he is now over in 5 of the last 6, 9+ times in 5 of the last 6 games. He is a guy who could get a double-double. He might be worth a double-double sprinkle. I'm not going to focus on the points, but I just want to let you know he could get those 10+ times. If you just want to go 10+ times, ladder it up. I don't mind that either. And then he's the guy, like I said, who should get big minutes. Injuries for Utah. Clarkson and Sexton are both out. The only other legitimate guards on this team. So even in a blowout with a young guy like him, I think he's going to play. No marketing. Walker Kessler is playing, which should help, with some pick and rolls and also maybe a couple easy assists down low. But again, the guards being out is a big part of it. Even if the guards were in, I don't think it really matters because this guy is the best passer on the team. Matchup-wise, Pelicans are an average matchup. So this is more about Collier than anything else. Overall, his potentials are they're like Snoop Dogg. They're just really high. That's just what it is. I love getting even money on this one. Let's cash another Isaiah Collier prop and go 3-0. Give me Collier over 7.5 times as my third and final best bet on the video. Any added plays will be in the pinned comments below on X and on Discord. And just a reminder again, some of these games start really early in the day, so be sure to get your bets in. But before we get out of here, let's check out the recap. All right, there it is. The 3 best bets so far. The Hawks plus 6.5 for a half unit. Nick Dick over 9.5 points, minus 115 for 1 unit. And Isaiah Collier over 7.5 times at even money, plus 100 on DK for another full unit. So thank you guys for watching. As always, if you haven't already, hit that like button. I would appreciate it. But hope you guys all have a great Monday and enjoy some day basketball. And we'll talk to you soon.